Let me ask you a question that might shake your soul. How long are you going to keep acting like this life just happened to you? How long are you going to wake up, stare at your own reality, your bills, your broken relationships, your tired body, and act like someone else signed you up for it? You're angry, you're frustrated, you're tired. I get it. But let's get one thing straight. Nobody forced you into that job. Nobody made you settle for that relationship. Nobody climbed inside your brain and programmed the doubt, the excuses, the patterns. You did that. And before you let that crush you, I want you to hear this loud and clear. That means you can undo it. You can rebuild it. Because if you made it, you can make something new. You don't need saving. You need a wake up. You need to own it, all of it. Not to shame yourself, but to free yourself. Because when you finally admit, this is mine, you finally give yourself the keys to change it. So don't turn away now. Lean in. Get real. This isn't the end of your story. It's the revelation. Come on, let's go. No one wants to admit this. You made your life. You programmed your mind. You wrote your script and hit play every single day. The failed relationships, you chose them. That dead-end job, you stayed there. The body you don't love, you fed it, neglected it, and avoided it. And I know that stings, but don't flinch, because if you're brave enough to say, this is on me, then you're strong enough to say, but it won't stay this way. Let me bring this closer. Remember that time you kept answering texts from the wrong person, even though your gut was screaming, this ain't it? You knew better, but you chose to stay. Or that moment when you kept snoozing the alarm day after day, you knew your future needed you to rise, but you chose to settle. Again, this isn't judgment. This is liberation. Because if you built this prison, then you can also tear it down. The worst thing we can do is believe the lie that life just happens, that you're unlucky, that you're cursed, that it's someone else's fault. But the truth is simple, brutal, and beautiful. Your life today is the sum total of repeated choices, decisions, agreements you made with your pain. But you can revoke those agreements. You can break the contracts. You don't have to carry the cost of yesterday into tomorrow. Here's a kicker. This isn't just philosophy. This is science. The moment you take ownership of your life, your brain starts to change, literally. Let me introduce you to neuroplasticity, the ability of your brain to rewire itself based on what you think, feel, and do consistently. Every thought sends a signal. Every repeated emotion forges a path. Every action strengthens a circuit. And guess what? Your brain doesn't care if that thought is helpful or harmful. If you tell yourself, I always mess things up, enough times, your brain starts building a road that proves you're right. It's not that you're stuck. It's that your brain has been trained to keep you stuck. Think of your brain like a GPS. It can only take you where it's been programmed to go. If the destination set in your mind is survive, not thrive, then even when you start making progress, your internal system will try to reroute you back to your familiar roads, even if those roads lead to pain. But the good news, you can reset the dial. You can train your brain to recognize a new identity, one of power, discipline, and purpose. People who mentally rehearse new behaviors fire the same neural circuits as if they were actually doing them. Look, this isn't magic. It's mechanics. You stopped feeding your limitations. You started feeding your future. Blame is a cheap drug. It numbs the pain. It delays the truth. It gives you a villain so you don't have to become a hero. Read that again. It gives you a villain, blame does, so you don't have to become a hero. That's powerful. But as long as you're blaming, you're not building. As long as you're pointing fingers, your hands aren't doing the work. Every single second you spend blaming someone else, you hand them control of your life, and they don't even know they have it. But freedom comes when you say, that's it, no more. Even if they hurt you, even if they walked away, even if they did unspeakable things, you are still the one who has to choose the next step. You don't have to wait for anyone else to come fix what they broke. You fix what needs healing for you. Now that's real freedom. Let's talk about how you can actually change. Here's what we're gonna do. 5 tools, 5 shifts, and these aren't theories, they're lifelines. Shift number 1, radical responsibility. There's no more waiting, no more blaming. You pick up the pen and you rewrite the story. You don't control everything, but you do control how you respond. And that's power. And that's where it begins. Shift number 2, neuropriming. You set the tone, not the world. You, every morning, speak your identity before your insecurities speak for you. You have to visualize it. You have to feel it. You have to repeat it. The brain follows repetition. So give it the right message. Number 3, high impact habits. Big changes come from small promises kept. Make it easy. Make your bed in the morning. Move your body, get out and walk, do some exercising. Drink the water, not the sugary drinks. Each act whispers, I'm someone who follows through. If you stack enough of those and you don't just have habits, now you have momentum. Shift 4, pattern interrupts. Listen, the old you will always show up again. The doubt will start knocking on your door. So when the voice says, you can't, interrupt it. Move, speak, snap, breathe, say something. Not today. And every time you disrupt that old story, you weaken its grip. And shift 5, accountability and alignment. You weren't meant to do this alone. So get people in your life who reflect your truth, not your excuses. Clean up your environment. Align your daily life with the future you that you want, that you say you want, that you say you deserve. Because transformation isn't about perfection. It's about direction. So let's bring this home. You failed in private, and you still choose to fight. You've questioned your worth, and you still keep showing up. But you're not done, and you are not your past. You are the one who gets to decide what all of it means. Hope doesn't just find you. You have to fight for it. And even if it's just a flicker, that's all you need. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be faithful to the next step. Say this out loud. This is not the end of me. This is the beginning of something new. You're not broken. You're becoming. You're not too late. You're right on time. And this story, it's yours to write. Own it, rewire it, and never let it go. If this hits something in your soul, don't just walk away inspired. Walk away equipped. This is more than a video. This is a moment, your moment, to stop living on default and start living by design. So here's what you do. Share this with someone else who's stuck, with someone surviving, with someone who needs to remember who they are. Then subscribe, not for me, for you. Because this is not just a channel, it's a tribe. We're reprogramming minds, rebuilding belief, and reactivating purpose. One decision at a time. Comment below. Tell me the shift you're claiming. Declare the lie you're done believing. Let this be your line in the sand. You are not alone. You are not finished. And your transformation, it starts right now.